This video is going to examine the cinematography of Robert Altman's The Long Goodbye from 1973, and in particular, the use of glass surfaces and how they function to develop the narrative and comment on the narrative. So filming through glass surfaces or windows is a pretty common trope within noir films. What this does is it gives us the sense that we're invading the privacy of the characters, that we're privy to information that maybe we shouldn't be privy to. So it creates this kind of sense of paranoia, and this is pretty standard within noir films. Altman sometimes employs this straightforwardly, as he does here in this shot. Sometimes he employs it a little more ironically to subvert the genre or comment on the genre, here with the nose pressed up against the glass or a little bit of a screen, because we have a little bit of a screen there. Now these shots, he sets up a pattern with these kind of shots in a way that allows him to get away with something pretty creative in the middle of the film here. So the protagonist steps into the background to give these two characters, the husband and wife, a moment of privacy. They're about to engage in an argument here. The husband is an alcoholic. It's causing problems in the marriage. He asks for a carton of milk, and his wife kind of insinuates that he really wants something else, which is going to frustrate him here. And then he's going to reach for his alcohol here in a minute. As this plays out, we're going to notice that the filmmaker and the cinematographer are going to use the reflection in the glass to comment on events in the story, to comment on the dialogue, the development of what's going on in the narrative here. They're going to use symbolism and foreshadowing in a way that doesn't feel forced, even though it could in a different type of film here. Here's how they do this. So we see Marlowe now. We've got this superimposition where you have a dissolve of one image over the other. So Marlowe's oblivious to what's going on inside the house. The waves are crashing over the image of these two characters arguing. This is significant because at the end of the film, this husband is going to drown in that water. And as the waves kind of crash on the beach, it's bringing an intensity to the argument that's occurring, kind of at a subliminal level as we're watching the film. Now, this works as subliminal because he has a practical reason to include a shot like this. Because he's set up this kind of pattern of filming through glass, we have a practical reason to include a shot like this. If we didn't have that kind of base set up, this dissolve, this superimposition would seem forced, over the top, and unconvincing. But because he's grounded us in this, he's able to play on the kind of symbolic associations of the waves and to kind of hint at events to come in the story in a way that doesn't feel forced, that feels entirely organic to the material. And again, the way that's done is the use of glass and subverting the way that that's normally done within noir films.